All right. So I have another build for you. This is called the Phoenix build. It says the start is a build that could solo the Curse of Strahd in less than an hour. Start to consider this an actual build. The main gimmick of the build is you do the self-resurrect 3 times in a row without gibbers. You got Rise of the Phoenix, Death Pact, and Exalted Angel for Reborn in the Light. Wisdom base, the best for the build. Also, if I go for anything but melee, the whole monk tree is useless. And only 5 levels of monk is not enough for hand wraps. Also, the gear is not that great. If you use Reborn in the Light, cast 25 spells, recharge, and you can use it after 10 minutes, making it infinite. It's once per rest. It is not infinite. It is 1 time per rest. So this is incorrect. The Dragon Mark of Passage is only so you can get... They used to be infinite, but they changed it because people were doing that. And then they were getting through raids on R10 by just waiting long enough because you could instantly charge it up. So yeah. Dragon Mark Passage is only so you can cast DD in the Curse of Strahd, and 3 does not run DDO. Okay, cool. Sounds good. So you'll still be able to do that. That is currently how that works. Alright, so Wisdom 18 makes sense. This is a Wisdom-based character. You got some Strength and some Dex, and you have Tomes. You got built-in Wisdom. I'm assuming that is because this character is going to be taking all the 2-weapon fighting feats, because you are a monk, and that looks like it's correct. War Domain for the Holy Sword. So oddly enough, if you're going tier 5 of the monk tree, which I believe this is doing, you get Empty Hand Mastery, so you don't need to take War Domain. So you can take any other domain you want, because all the other domains are a lot better. War Domain is actually not that great. It gives you plus... What is this? With 15 Cleric, it gives you plus 4 to hit and damage, and you can turn for a little bit of melee power. But you don't need the proficiency with all weapons with this build. You don't really need the tactical DCs to be increased by half your clerical level. And so you can actually pick up some other better domains that might work better for your character. As an easy example, the Animal Domain gives you really powerful crowd control and also an insane amount of hit points, because this would be 250 extra health. You can pick up Luck Domain, so you never fail a 1, and you're much more defensive and tanky. Protection Domain gives you more defense that you could possibly use. So I would say, because you can take the points in War Domain, or take the points, I wouldn't recommend War Domain. Hell, I mean, even Destruction Domain's okay. So I would probably say Animal, though. It's over a bunch of reasons. So, number 1, the Animal Domain gives you the extra hit points. The Animal Domain also gives you Fortification Bypass, which your character does not have any of because you're playing as a monk. And you get also the Feral Charge, which is based off of your Wisdom, which is a very powerful ability. I highly recommend that. On top of that, this also is very strong because it lets you move underwater if you didn't know. So, yeah, that would be great. Yes. Will have... Where comprehend. Yes. Cool. What else is good here? So we got the Fists of Light, perfectly fine. You might not think Fists of Light is that good because you only have it at such a low level, and your self-cure is going to suck. But all you have to do is hit this on a monster, and you heal for a lot whenever you hit people, so that's pretty good. This character uses Whirling Steel Strike. This is not a fist build? Is it a sword build? Oh. Oh, if you're a sword build, I thought you were a fist build because you went tier 5 of the fist tree. Oh, then yeah, no, you have to use a War Domain if you're a fist build. My mistake. Or if you're a sword build. I thought you were doing Shintao with the extra other stuff, but it looks like you're just taking everything else. I mean, you don't have a lot of the extra cores, so you can't use any of the extra fist bypasses, which is fine. But it's still missing 4 to hit and damage plus Empty Hand Mastery. But depends on, I guess, which Epic Destiny. This is complicated. Okay. 2-weapon fighting. That's why the oversized 2-weapon fighting is there. That makes sense. Flashing, Whirling Steel, Strike. My worry about this character is possibly some of the durability, but we'll see as we go further. It is a build review. It is. All right. Anyway, Master Forms, Grandmaster Forms. So these things are fine. Improved critical is fine. If you're doing, I didn't realize this was a 2-weapon sword build. And then of course here you've got 2-weapon defense or at least Dragon Mark of Passage. Yeah, you need Dragon Mark of Passage. I like 2-weapon defense because it gives you more magic resistance rating. Another worry about this character is, depending on where your saves are at, your reflex is 67. So I'm assuming for soloing on Strahd, you mean soloing Strahd on normal, because that trap staircase is going to murder you with a 67 reflex save. And then Astral Plane gives a bunch of bonuses to your DCs and your double strike, and bonus if you happen to be centered. Your character is centered, so you get bonus to your DCs and assassinate DCs if you happen to take them out of Falconry, which is good. I do like... I don't mind Elusive Target. It's okay. Wind Through the Trees is better, but obviously we can't always have Wind Through the Trees. And you don't need anything else. So I think overall the feats here seem fine. I'm trying to think of anything else that I would want to put in here. But I don't see anything. That's really crazy. I would love you to have 2-weapon defense. I think that 2-weapon defense could fit in great. And in fact, it's probably better to take 2-weapon defense than weapon focus slashing, because 2-weapon defense is 10 MRR cap and 5 physical resistance rating, which is just straight up better than +1 to hit and 2 melee power. It's going to go a lot further. So I would definitely recommend taking that if possible. But like I definitely recommend just actually taking that feat. Getting rid of this as the alternate, and then going here and just taking 2-weapon defense. Oh, you need it for Whirling Steel Strike? Why does Whirling Steel Strike suck so bad? Oh no, dude. That makes me so sad. Oh, you need it for Whirling Steel Strike. Oh, who does this? Come on, DDO. Come on. Because I'm assuming the reason is because it looks like you have 2 Soul Razors? Yeah. If you're soloing, Soul Razor is a really good weapon, because it has high base damage rating, and on top of that, you always get the stacks, which means you hit really hard when you're at max stacks. Like, really hard. Who did this? Yeah, you could also just use Short Sword as well for a bit of a deviation, but Short Swords are not nearly as good. Although for soloing, there's some really good ones. So, for example, the Short Sword out of Killing Time, which is pretty cool. Okay, well... I'm so sad. I'd probably replace oversized 2-weapon fighting with this then. 2-weapon defense. You don't need oversized 2-weapon fighting. Oversized 2-weapon fighting is +4 to hit on your offhand weapon. What's your hit chance right now anyway as a monk? With Soul Razor? 106? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You won't need to worry about it. 106 to 110 is not going to make much of a difference. You'll hit on normal and you won't hit on elite. Alright, so let's take a look at this build to try to improve this to get the Longsword Monk dream come true. So you grab Falconry, you don't take Expose Weakness, you don't take any of the Falcon attacks. That's a big thing I would change. So Expose Weakness is 50% Fortification penetration. If this build is to solo Strahd, what you really want is to be able to penetrate Fortification, because looking at Strahd and your own Fortification penetration, you have 73%, which is like pretty good. You know, it's not too bad. But Strahd is like an undead, and so he has 100%. So Exposed Weakness is great, because you just hit anybody with one of these attacks, and you're on your way. You're all set. Also, the physical resistance rating is pretty good out of here. You don't need Killer Instinct 1 if you have Killer Instinct 2 because of a bug, and you're probably gonna get True Seeing from your items. You can save a whole bunch of points all over this place. So let's just make a couple adjustments, save some points, and get you that Exposed Weakness, because this is only a 1-pointer, and it's very, very good to have. If you can. On top of that, you take Meditation of War. What stance do you use on this character? You are in Ocean Stance. So with Meditation of War and Ocean Stance, your character is going to have 10% less damage dealt with attacks, but +5 dodge. Or max dodge. You hit the dodge cap. What is your dodge cap? Your dodge cap is 44, and you hit 43. All right, that's pretty worth it. We'll take a look at the items in a bit. Violence begets violence. I don't love violence begets violence, because it's basically you have to get hit to deal damage. I would personally remove this ability entirely, but obviously if you're soloing, you're always getting hit, so it's basically critical threat range. Assuming that you're fighting monsters, this is basically +1 critical threat range all the time. So just keep that in mind. This is usually not a great ability in a group, but if you're mostly a solo player, then this ability gets a lot better. So keep that in mind. Also, the character is taking 19 points in Human Tree, to pick up greater heroism, I'm assuming. There are easier ways. Apparently this works in non-Earth stance. But yeah. There are better ways to get greater heroism than this tree. And also you can get some more stats by doing something like spending points in Henshin Mystic for the melee power and some of the extra defense. Especially considering this character is also like largely a cleric. So you have access to not just that tree, but you also have access to the War Priest tree. If you want to pick up some more defense, picking up like extra toughness and what have you for hit points. And also more damage with your righteous weapons from this character ability. Because your character doesn't really have a lot of hit chance right now, although Greater Heroism does give +4 hit chance, but yeah. Like, I would probably stop spending my points here. Like, I wouldn't take this. I would have gone to, like, Dimension Door and then moved on. So that's 7 points spent in the tree total. Because you don't need to cast that many extra Dimension Doors either. With 1 point here, you can cast 2 Dimension Doors per quest. And you should realistically, even if you're soloing Strahd, only need 1 Dimension Door. So, yeah. And you can get a Greater Heroism augment. So I would dump a bunch of the points in Human Tree. Here. And instead, you know, still grab whatever boost you had before. So, you know, your melee boost, grab your Wisdom, grab the boost, grab the Dragon Mark Focus, and grab the Dragon Mark. And I would probably end here. To get the extra points. And then I would also want to grab some of these attacks just because you have a really high wisdom. Your wisdom is like 88. So since your wisdom is high, these attacks are going to land fairly often. Specifically diving attack. This is an opposed strength check, which means monsters are going to fail it repeatedly, which is hilarious. I'm going to reset this tree real quick. Grab a board, grab some of this, grab some of this. Mentioned before, you don't need, if you're at cap, you don't need to take Killer Instinct. So you grab this. Diving attack strike because you're attacking people. And by actually having the bird attacks, true seeing, I'm certain you can get this on an item. So I'm not going to take this because I'm certain you can get this on an item. But now you can even take the go for the eye strike if you want to have another attack. Although you already have a lot of attacks, so you don't need this. But just having the single attack for the exposed weakness is really nice. So action boost sprint again. Grab the no mercy. Grab exposed weakness. If you really want, you can grab this extra ability score thing here if you want to get some more wisdom, bump up your wisdom a little bit more. Alternatively, you could spend some points in another tree. Specifically, you could grab War Priest tree if you wanted, grabbing some extra hit chance with your main weapon, as well as HP and physical resistance rating. Also, grabbing Divine Might on this character if you wanted, which you can't really do. Do you need 15 Cleric as a minimum? Do you really need 15 Cleric? Hold on. I think you do need 15 Cleric. For Death Pact, yeah, because you need to be level 8. If only you could fit in 1 level of Favored Soul. Oh, man. Instead of having Divine Might, you could have Divine Will. That'd be so good. Yeah, and then there's also Greater Heroism Potion as well. Yeah, exactly. So your options are go into Henshin Mystic, take some stuff that you don't particularly need, but you get some extra melee power and some physical resistance rating. Radiant Servant you don't even want at all. War Priest to pick up a little bit of and then 1 extra point of wisdom, some extra hit chance, and some extra defense on this side of things. Or you just go deeper into Falconry to pick up Well-Rounded 2 for physical resistance rating and a little bit more melee power. Plus you get Deadly Instinct, which is good enough. So I would probably go this direction, grab the extra wisdom here, and then you need 1 more thing. Probably grab Coordinated Strikes because this is a 1-pointer, because it's a AoE cleave attack. Grab Well-Rounded, and now you have 6 points left over to spend wherever you want. Where do you spend your points? So you don't need 1 point in Harper Agent because this is your universal tree where you spend that 1 point. That already comes back. You can just grab extra health out of here. You can't go top up here. You already have everything that's useful in here for this character build. Because you picked up all of this stuff. Falconry chance to do this Falconry Assassinate upgrade. No, it doesn't do Assassinate. It's just DCs of tactical feats and wisdom modifier. But you can grab, not so much the smite, but grab the toughness if you wanted, the extra hit chance. Grab some Wall of Steel for some extra physical resistance rating. Get some defense. Alternatively, you can take those points and literally just spend them back here. You can grab the extra healing amp and the extra healing amp for some... So you grab like 40 amp. You grab some extra health. If you're soloing, 40 amp is probably the way that I would go. No, that's bad. Action Surge for extra wisdom while you're action boosting is technically 1 extra point of wisdom because you're almost always action boosting with this character because you're at 89. Something like that. You can even still do that. Get some more wisdom so you have more stats during your action boost. Yeah, around there. It's probably something like this. It's probably where we're going to end up. That seems a little bit better than what you had before. Similar stats, but again, you can augment that stuff. Now you've got more fortification penetration. You've got more deadly instinct. Your attack chance is going to be, or your damage is going to be higher. I believe I can turn that on. Is it under trance? I guess I can't turn that on. Is it always on? It is always on. Meditation of War. Ooh, that minus 10% damage. But it's on there now. It's pretty sweet. Alright. Trance? No, it's a buff you cast on yourself. What does Falconry do? And the Falconry Assassin... sorry, yeah. A trance is a buff spell. They're called trances because they all do the same thing. Okay, cool. Let's look at gear. Yeah, know the angles, deadly instinct, that sort of thing. Alright, part of the family, winter, prowess. All that seems fairly straightforward. So part of the family, turncoat plus recruit sigil plus hammer fist. You've got Mask of the Volcurum for, I guess, armor piercing. Oddly enough, you actually don't need armor piercing with this character, which is funny. Also, it gives dodge bonus 19, which your character didn't have before, which I'm assuming. Except you had Celestial Sapphire, so that overwrites. You don't need that. You're using the Direwolf belt, plus the Deep Snow boots, plus the Cold Iron bracers, plus the Cloak of Winter. It's pretty standard. Family Recruit Sigil. Your character does not have Double Strike right now. You have Insightful Double Strike. And you don't need this Reflex Save, Dexterity, Dodge bonus thing, because you have Positive Spell Power on here for your self-healing. You've got Quality Wisdom. You've got the Sheltering. I mean, yeah. No Double Strike makes me sad. It's permanent to keep up, exactly. With one bird attack, you're good. Rogue and Falconry gets Assassinate DCs. That's it. Rogue is mostly based on stealth. This gives Dexterity and there's Dexterity and Dexterity. Cool. So this helmet is so superfluous. The armor piercing 31 you don't actually need, because as long as you falcon anything, you dump its fortification. So you don't even actually need the... Actually, the armor piercing is already here. So this item doesn't even serve a single purpose. So the Mask of the Volcurum is just doesn't do anything. It doesn't do dex. Because you already have dex here on this item. Yeah, so you're completely void of that. And then you got Wisdom 22 for the Radiant Ring of Terra Valestus. So you have a lot of options with this helmet. In terms of what you want to put in here. You could use not the Unbreakable Stormreach Guardian's Helm. Do you need Silver Dragon Scale? What's your accuracy and deadly item? Oh, you don't have an accuracy item on this character. Silver Dragon Scale is also hard to get, especially if you don't want to get raid gear. Which I'm assuming is why you have that, because you don't want like a raid helmet. Although there are a lot of very, very good raid helmets. Raid helmets. There's also the Crown of Leaves, which gives you the Profane Well-Rounded and accuracy, if you wanted to go with that instead. Also, yeah, the dodge bonus is pretty good. I wouldn't want to get rid of the dodge on there because that was superfluous. You could also grab the Crown of Flies. Where's the Crown of... Where's the helmet? Crown of Butterflies? No. Crown of... Is it the Crown of Leaves? Yeah, the Crown of... No. You guys know which one I want. I just don't know why I can't find it, because I don't know what it's called. Titania's Glory. There it is. Titania's Glory! Titania's Glory is great. Because it grants you 10 extra melee power on your attacks, it gives you more healing amp, and it makes your weapons good damage, which is useful for overcoming damage reduction on bosses, especially with Soul Razor, which doesn't bypass anything. Can I elaborate a little bit on the Assassinate DC? I don't know what you want me to elaborate on, but you get 3 Assassinate DCs out of Falconry, and out of Assassin, you get 10 Assassinate DCs that are conditional on being stealth, and you get the Capstone, which is conditional on taking the Capstone, and I think it's 4 DCs. That's where you get that. Also, I didn't look at Epic Destinies, which I should have done, which I skipped. Right, Exalted Angel. Oh, this hurts so bad, man. I hate the Exalted Angel. But at the very least, you get Leap of Faith. This twist is good, this twist is good, this twist is good, this twist is good. So I don't have any issue with the twists. You could straight up use Judgment if you want, which is not a good ability, but you could Judgment people. Yeah, and you just got to make sure you're getting stacks for Reborn in the Light. You just need to stack this up. Yeah, this important note. This ability can be used once per rest. You cannot infinitely use this. You do need to rest in between each time. So, but it is infinite use as long as you rest. And also wait 10 minutes. So yeah, I wouldn't actually change anything with that. I think that's pretty much your setup. If you want to have the self-resurrection, you need to have that. What else are we changing around here? You also, yeah, you do the positive spell power. I would definitely not do positive spell power. I would do resistance for plus 14 to all saves. And the reason I would do that is because you don't get that anywhere else. The saves are going to be very helpful for this character because I also axed the reflex save that was on there. And you can just grab an augment of the positive spell power, and that is going to be similar. I think it's what, 140? It's some high amount. Spell power. Potion. 139. So you lose a little bit of spell power. The benefit is now your saves are all plus 14, and it's all of them. So it makes you a little bit more durable. Reflex save is still a little low. Hard to get through. Assassinate playing combat. You have to use an ability that uses Assassinate. So you either press Assassinate as a rogue, or one of the falconry attacks that uses Assassinate. No. Jadinomad, you're getting confused. So Assassinate is just a breakdown of a type of statistic. So like stun is a type, and trip is a type. Assassinate is a type of attack. So if you're playing as a rogue, you can assassinate people with the button Assassinate, or if you're in falconry, Diving Strike, Go for the Eye Strike, Coordinated Cleave, or Death from Above all work off of Assassinate. So Assassinate is not something that just generically applies. You don't need Assassinate unless you're playing as an assassin. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how you get accuracy into this build. Do any other rings do dodge? That's not dodge. That's not dodge. That's not dodge. This doesn't even say dodge on it. What the hell is that? Raisin Brand? Insightful dodge? No. Because what I want to do is I wanted to replace this ring with the Celestial Ruby ring. And you can throw the Dexterity in on here. Swap this into Constitution. But then the character does not have dodge. And that's a lot of dodge to be missing. And this is a better item because now you have stunning and accuracy, which you didn't have before. But you're down 22 points. You can't just dodge augment away 22. At which point, you would just have to go here. And Explorer's Hat. Bot, True Seeing, Search, and Dodge. There you go. Wait, is that actually good? Hold on. Why does that give more dodge than the Mask of the Volcarum? Wait a minute. I took out True Seeing, and now it's back. Bam. Dodge cap. So stupid. That's so funny. Oh, man. I know. I know this gives True Seeing. I'm trying to not use raid gear. Because the other option is just use... How much is dodge? Where's dodge? I can't find it. Dodge bonus. Dodge is 12% in an augment? That's so sad, dude. Because you get so much extra damage by using Titania's Glory. And just throwing in a Sapphire of dodge. Like, it's... You lose defense, but you gain so much damage from using this one item. Makes me sad. Only effect. Yeah, well, the only raid gear that you would swap in here is you would replace the Family Recruit Sigil with the Family's Blessing. for the double strike, as well as the assassinate and the insightful armor piercing. And then if you did that, because you're picking up 24 double strike, then you would just put on the you put on that stupid hat, Flores hat. Then you get the true seeing back. You keep your dodge bonus high. You get 22% double strike you didn't have before, so your damage is even higher, and you're happy. This hat is, I don't know why this hat is in this game, but look at that dodge. Look at that dodge. And true seeing. You don't miss out on that stat. But yeah. I know, it's a level 27 hat. I know. But it's got dodge 21. Why does it have dodge 21 on it? I don't know what it looks like. But this is the Indiana Jones hat, so which is what it should look like. So yeah. Yes, and then I agree. The Vorpal is confusing. And then outside of that, other augments. If you're soloing Strahd, you're going to be taking a lot of magical damage in this raid. So you might want to consider a Nyastil's 5-piece set if you can fit it in. Obviously, this is entirely dependent on whether you have enough stuff and slots. But because you're specifically talking about a raid, you want to get that Nyastil's in there if you can. Like so. Or is it still capped? Oh, this is bugged and is not displaying higher, but it is higher, so I don't know. Oh, the hat gives 12%? Okay, perfect. Then yeah, then you just go back to Titania's Glory and you just augment it and you just get sad. You just get sad. You just put in the Sapphire, put the Sapphire of Dodge in, you put 12 dodge. You just get sad. Why Black Cleric over Necromage? I don't understand. At which point, then you go over here in the enhancement tree. Nope. 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 Yes. You do these, you save 2 points, and you can spend those 2 points wherever you want. Picking up... what else is in reach? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Grab something. There's something good in here. But yeah, that's all I got. So again, tossing around a few items, changing a few things up, improving so the damage is going to be a lot higher with this character build than it was before, and also most importantly, so it was similar, but you got a lot more damage, a lot more attack, and on top of that, big thing is the tactical DCs. So your character now has a much higher stunning DC. Because before you didn't have a stun item, and now you have a stunning item plus the Falconry Instinct, which is an extra 20 something or 40 something. Sorry. Yeah. Sapphire Ring. Yeah, the problem with the Sapphire Ring is, which is a good idea, which is what was on here before, is that the Ruby Ring is here for the stunning. And the accuracy. Pocket Druid around to cast the buff on you? Yeah. And dodge. Oh yeah, I ripped True Seeing out of the build. That's where you put the points. There we go. You're gonna stun? It's not even about stunning. It's about all the other abilities. So monks get Tomb of Jade, which is a stun based on your stun bonus, and Kukendo is a stun based on your stun bonus, and they hit pretty much everything. Dire Charge is a stun. So yeah, a lot of things. Yeah, I hope this build has helped you out, Albar. We've done a bit of a tweaking here, and I hope it's been helpful for you. I've enjoyed checking this out. It's a cool build. Hopefully you're able to solo some Strahd. I've never attempted to do that, although I've seen some people do it with Cleric. Some people have done it with some Cleric and Favored Soul builds back when Strahd first released on normal. So hopefully this information is useful to you, and you'll be able to make a super fun build out of that.